Hello, the purpose of this video is to show how to use BIMTrack inside of Revit. So on this project I want to look at my clashes between my plumbing and my structural. So I have opened up my plumbing model and now I made sure that the structural model was also loaded so I could be looking at plumbing and structural inside of the same model. So this is what those two models look like overlaid. Now, hopefully you've already installed the BIMTrack add-in. If not, you'll want to go ahead and go into your BIMTrack site and load your BIMTrack add-in. But once you do that, when you open Revit, you'll see that there is a BIMTrack tab up at the top in your menu options on your ribbon. So click on the BIMTrack tab, and then there's a button that says Open BIMTrack. That will open up a window for your BIMTrack issue list. Go ahead and pick the Bernard's BIM for your hub, and for the project, pick the project that you're working on. On this one, it's going to be the 1686 Martin Luther King project. Now this will list all 370 issues on the project. As I mentioned, I'm just looking at the plumbing and the structural. I'm actually just going to look at plumbing and structural on the basement and underground levels. So you'll want to take advantage of the filter button to do that. And so if you want to just look at things that are assigned to you, you can do that. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick the basement level, underground level for my zones. I'm going to pick ones where status is open, and I'm going to pick the group for plumbing and structural. And then hit the apply button. So now instead of 370 issues, it's cut that down to 43, showing the 43 areas where I've got plumbing clashes with structural. So now I can pick one of these that I want to look at. Let's go to, we can start at the top. Issue number 278. Actually, if you look at this issue, these issue numbers, E5, that represents actually the first number, 270, is your issue number. After that is your grid location, E5, and then after that is your level. Hawkins Gardens, I believe, is the same thing as basement, and same with B2. These are just some of the defaults that have come out of Revit. But as we go up the building, usually these will say level 1, level 2, level 3. It looks like basement level, there's a mixture of descriptions. Anyway, pick one that you want to look at, click on View in Model, and it will jump to that issue in the model. You can see that, but it's not really clear. To kind of look at it better, if you click on your section box button, that will section the issue in your building. So you can see where that's at. If you need it a little bit bigger, you can drag your section box out to get a better look of where that clash is at. But now you can see where that's at in the building, where that plumbing pipe is hitting that structure, and inside of your Revit Now plumbing model, you can move that pipe as needed to avoid that clash. If you look at this clash and you decide, you know what, I need structure to do something to help me with that, or that's really not a big issue, we can actually leave that there because that's going to be core drilled or something like that. If there's information that you need to add to this clash, what you'll want to do over here, where you'll want to click on the button that says View Edit, and this will pop open a menu box with a lot of the information for that clash. There's one up here that shows a picture of it. If you need to add markups to the picture, you can do that. If you have comments, if you say this is going to be drilled in the field, oh, not a question, that's a statement. You can do that and hit the post button to add a comment to it if you have a comment. If you need to assign it to someone else, if this was maybe a clash between, and this needs to go back to the structural engineer or someone else on the project, just reassign this issue to someone else. We're hoping that you can just fix the issue. And if you do fix it and then you repost your model, when we do run our clash detection, any of the issues that have been resolved will automatically be closed in BIMTrack and automatically fall off that list, so you don't need to worry about it. But if you can't resolve it, these are some of the other options that you'll want to do. If you want to change, if this is a hot item, you can change the priority to it. But yeah, so under status, this is where if you look at it and you're like, you know that's a non-issue in the field, that is just going to be drilled or whatever, it's not a clash that we need to track in our clash detection. You can change that status to non-issue so that we know that. If it's something that's a big issue you can't resolve internally, you need to have the whole team look at it together to find a solution in one of our coordination meetings. Then under status, change it to team meeting. That way when we have our meetings, we can filter it by items that have been tagged team meeting, and look at those things that are those higher priority items for the team to look at. If you reassign this to someone else, they will automatically receive an email saying that this has been assigned to them. If there's other members on the team that you also want to be copied on this issue, under notify, you can go ahead and pick other team members, and they will also get the email having to look at this issue. So once you've picked everything you need to, just hit the publish button and it will save any of those changes that you've made to the list. So that is how you look at a BIMTrack item or issue inside of Revit.